Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you are sleeping. From tangled coral river monsters to strange creatures and unbelievable encounters, you can't imagine the weird and mysterious things these people caught on the beach. Hold on as we experience some of the strangest and unbelievable beach moments. Rare giant squid. Spotted in Cape Town, South Africa, the horrifying moment showed an unusual discovery. A giant squid measuring around 14 feet long was found washed up amongst the rock on Scarborough Beach on August 16, 2022. With an eye almost the size of a dinner plate, it's unclear why a giant squid washed ashore. According to researchers, it may be due to a behavioral display where deep-sea organisms tend to venture up at night for feeding and then return back before the daylight. But a ship's strike in this case could be the reason for the squid's demise. Woolly mammoth. In 2002, in Arctic Siberia in Russia, a remarkable discovery surfaced from the lake near northern Yakutia. Some 10,000-year-old bones, along with other remains of a woolly mammoth from the Ice Age, were found underneath the shallow water. The parts of the bones include a skull, ribs, and leg bone, with soft tissue still stuck to them. The naturally well-preserved mammoth was later named Tadib, after the local family who made the discovery possible. Apart from this, studies showed that Tadib was male mammoth of around 15 to 20 years of age, measuring up to 10 feet. Hammerhead shark washed ashore. While a hammerhead shark can be furiously dangerous, the beachgoers in South Florida were saddened to find this unlucky shark doomed on the shore of Pompano Beach on April 6, 2022. It was 11 feet long female hammered shark weighing up to 500 pounds. Moreover, when the DNA and muscle tissue for biopsies were sent to the lab, it turned out the poor female was carrying babies inside her belly. But the fishing line still stuck to her gills, along with a fishing hook in her mouth, indicating it had some serious encounter with a fisherman, leading to her demise. Rare albino whale. An extremely rare white humpback whale washed lifeless on the shores of Australian Beach. The strange colored pure white carcass of this albino whale with marble-like appearance was found on July 16, 2022, near a remote beach at Mallacoota, Victoria, measuring to be around 33 feet long and is confirmed to be a juvenile female. According to experts, the ghostly hue might be due to the fact that some of the whale's skin has ripped off as the body decomposes, which is pretty obvious due to sun exposure. Human jawbone. This man was left with an open mouth when he stumbled upon skulls, ribs, and human jawbones on the muddy shore of a small river island in Kent. The extraordinary moment from the clip shows human remains along with a jawbone with still intact teeth covered in barnacles. While this seems incredible according to research, the island was used as a burial place for prisoners who perished from disease while on prison hulks, floating jails in the 19th century. Apart from this, there were coffins buried 6 feet below the mud, giving a literal vibe of a graveyard. Bull on the beach. How would you like the idea of getting too close and then running away from a raging bull? The clip is from Huntington Beach, taken in October 2017, where a bull with horns is chasing these so-called heroic beachgoers. With this poor bull trying to have fun and make some friends, it sure seems life-threatening. Well, on the contrary, these cool dudes are not coming slow either, while having the time of their lives. But with clouds of danger hovering over the entire situation, it'd be a matter of a few seconds when everything could end up in a terrible tragedy. Without the precautions, of course. Sea form. It's time to get a dip in whipped cream. People in Argentina were all head over heels to catch this bizarre sight at the beach located near the resort at Mar del Plata. The ocean was covered in lusciously thick sea foam, also known as spume. According to studies, sea foam is a natural phenomenon that tends to appear whenever an organic matter such as seaweed or an algae gets disposed of by winds and waves around the ocean. Not toxic, but smelled a little fishy. People tend to make the most of this phenomenon otherwise. Between the waves. You know how they say when a fisherman is in fear, the situation is seriously dangerous? Well, that is exactly what's happening in this clip. While battling the enormously ferocious waves, these fishermen find it hard to keep the boat balanced. But it looks like this wasn't their time to say goodbye to this world when all of these brave men made it out safely. Cyclops shark. Straight out of another dimension, a commercial fishing crew caught a dusky shark in 2011 off the coast of Baja California Sur, Mexico. Excited about their discovery, the crew was shocked to the core when they discovered a fetus with only one large eye at the center of its face inside the shark. While it seemed perfectly fine and a bit alanoid, according to the scientist, it could be the result of the forebrain failing to separate into two hemispheres during embryonic development. Hence, only one optic lobe formed, leading to only one eye. Goliath grouper. In Tampa Bay, off the St. Petersburg shoreline, a carcass of a giant 700-pound Goliath grouper was found. The monstrous-sized fish was so heavy that it required a crane to remove it from rotting. According to researchers, an unusually large bloom of toxic red tide is to be blamed for the demise of this massive fish. The tide was so lethal that it took the lives of almost 600 tons of other marine animals. Red tide is a natural phenomenon that can be triggered by nutrients and harmful sea algae and cause damage to these sea creatures. Octopus versus bald eagle. A moment of surprise for the fishermen in Canada when they spotted an octopus and a bald eagle twisted in a one-on-one combat. The once-in-a-lifetime incident took place in British Columbia, northwest of Vancouver Island, where the crew managed to rescue an eagle from the powerful grasp of the eight-legged creature. The eagle had bitten off more than it could chew when it decided to catch an octopus. Making the most of its tentacles, the octopus swam away unharmed, while the eagle had to bring itself back to reality when it took 10 minutes before flying away. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows? We might even feature it in one of our videos. Today's subscriber pick is a picture of this massive driftwood that has recently washed ashore in La Push, on the northwest coast of Washington's most westerly peninsula. On April 5, 2010, a retired schoolteacher photographed the drift log while leaving the social media users baffled. Although the drift log was not measured, according to the finding, the wood ought to be around 10 feet long in diameter and a couple of 100 feet tall in length. According to the experts, when a strong winter storm had blown, it had dived the trees while floating it down the rivers and washed up on the shores. Hence, powerful winds accompanied by high tides tend to have caused this mysteriously big-sized driftwood washed on shore. Sea blanket of jellyfish. In October 2017, a man named Brett Walensky got a stinging surprise when he visited Barlings Beach at New South Wales, Australia for a morning walk. To his surprise, the beach was covered with a dense mat of blue bottles on the wide shores. While dragging their long tentacles beneath the surface, the pretty but mysterious sea dweller is known to deliver a pretty painful sting. The species is also known as Portuguese man-o'-war, which 45-year-old Betty describes the creature as the stuff of nightmare, because even a lifeless blue bottle is capable of giving a painful sting. jet ski near miss. This woman's sixth sense was on peak when she managed to dodge this reckless driver despite having all the empty space to decide to make his remarkable landing on her. The clip shows a couple of ladies enjoying their day at the beach, taking pictures and jet skiing, when all of a sudden another jet skier came knocking at her. Luckily, the girl got off just in time, saving herself while giving the driver the taste of his own medicine. See you next time!